Downtown between Brush Street and I-375. That's where we're located in the heart of Detroit at Ford Field, which first opened back in 2002. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Detroit Lions.
We got this.
Now Rosen seeing something he doesn't like. He's going to use a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Check 53, Ricky. Big ass.
And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. And incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. To throw is Rosen. He's airing it out for Williams. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Red! 15 Lonnie, 15 Lonnie. On Yarny.
On 1st and 10, Love. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
But we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
On 1st down, Christie. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the Buccaneers' 40-yard line.
To throw on 2nd down, Love. Throwing right, and that's complete. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 15-yard line. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Come on, set. 18 Gator. It's just me and you. It's just me. Ready.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Love. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Love. Flushed out right. His throw caught at about the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, he did everything but get him in the end zone there, but now they're set up golden opportunity, strong opening drive, and they're knocking on the door.
And the way that they did it, now look where they are on the field, all right? This is naturally set up for a running play, isn't it? But with his ability to throw the football,
and that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Deion Kane there to make the grab as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose. And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Watch 20. Check 26, check 26.
They run the counter. McGee, and not a lot of daylight. Not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down.
When trying to create space for your running back, the first thought is how physical is the offensive line? Sometimes it's just positioning. On that play, it didn't matter about positioning or being physical. The defensive front, they out-leveraged them and won the battle.
Looking to throw on second down. Rosen, and that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Here's Rosen to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. And he'll give it here to his running back. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 20-yard line. They'll run on first down. It's McGee, and he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 10 more there and another first down. A much different second drive here, Charles. They go 3 and out the first time. This time they've been able to sustain something downfield.
And that's what often happens. You get the game started. You know, you have to get your footing underneath you. You have to get used to the flow of the game, the speed of the game. And sometimes that first drive is more of a probing drive. It appears they found something here in the second one.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Now a handoff here to his running back. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29.
Let's go
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Rolling to his right. Into the hands of the tight end. This is Jordan Thomas. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
A first throw for the backup Palmer. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And a big turn. Over there as his guys will get the football back.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the three-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Now Rosen looking to throw. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender is making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Taken in at the 22. And just shedding him off there. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Operating from the gun. Love eluding the pressure right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Love, flush to his right. He may try and run for this. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line. And that is not near enough. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
It's 4th down.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. That's a 49-yard punt, 8 though on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts. Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give them 7 there on the first down carry. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Switch it. Come on, switch it, Corey.
From the 24, Rosen. Caught here by Griffin. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Well, it certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On 1st down, McGee, and the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
Check 53, let's go, defense.
On 2nd and 15 now. Rosen, he'll rifle this one deep, and that's caught inside the 35. Give him 32 on the play. A one-handed catch, that's one thing, but with a defender right there, that was a heck of a play.
It used to be that one-handed catch was instinctive in a game. Now it's a practiced move. They work on it before, after, during practice sessions. It becomes part of their repertoire, and it pays off.
And now it's Rosen looking. And he fires one incomplete.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new-school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, 2 for 5 to this point. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
And his kick is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off at about the 31. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Middle.
Let's go. Mike, number 53.
Here's Rosen. And he rifles one incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Bucs have taken the lead.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had two previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. He'll find his man on the comeback route. Complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. This quarterback now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Love. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Watch the run, watch the run.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He'll get 5 out of the keeper, but now it's 3rd down. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Here we go.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. Now a timeout called with 3 seconds to go. And, of course, they're in field goal range in the final seconds of this first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, this from 39. So we have reached halftime in our first preseason matchup of the year. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, probably not likely to see many starters in the second half as we get back at it underway in this preseason opener. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. A nice little juke. And now running right through him. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. Back to throw. Love. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
You can't block me. You can't block me. Let's go.
Looking to throw. Love. He's going to wind up and air it out. That's going to be caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there. 59 yards. And the Lions are going to jump back in front. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game.
Next to score, Lions 17, Buccaneers 13. John Brown set to kick off.
Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Bucs take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen. He's going to look. That's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Rashad Perriman, 64 yards. And the Buccaneers have once again taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They had gotten the lead with the opening drive touchdown in the third quarter. Now they relinquish that lead back. Could be in for an interesting second half.
It certainly appears that way, doesn't it? Almost turning into one of those pendulum games, right? Where it swings back and forth, and who's going to make the play that changes that maybe it puts it on one side and keeps it there.
Off play action. Love. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
No coach or team's ever happy when someone has a turnover. But if there's ever a good time to do it,
preseason.
Yeah, right now. You know that come regular season, he's going to be ready to go. And maybe he'll remember, yeah, I don't want to do this when it comes time for the games to count.
Now Rosen. It's Hill. Complete. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
He's crouching. He's checking crouch.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Just like that.
Rosen on 1st and 10. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Miles Boykin there to make the grab. And the Bucs capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning
under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done.
41 Mike. 41 Mike. Okay, double up, double up, double up, double up. 41's the Mike. 41's the Mike. Echo. Check 41. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, G. Set, go.
Back to throw. Love. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Bravo. 58 Mike.
Operating from the gun. Love. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be fourth down. Now they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. They'll run on first down. It's McGee. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Hill. Oh, now it's free. Hill fumbled it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. On third down, Rosen. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Off the play fake. Love. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. He spins free. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And he'll give it here to his running back. Now they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Pittsburgh.
On second down now, Christie. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
I got it. Delta. Let's go.
To throw on second down. Love. Open man. He's got him. The tight end, Hockenson. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 31-yard line.
And the Lions, first down. First and 10.
And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 11 yards there and a Lion first down.
And teams have a tough time running the ball, as this one has throughout this game. It's so easy to just say, forget it, let's throw the football. But that's exactly why you stay with the running game. Eventually, you stick with it, you make some adjustments. You often find ways to run the ball better as the game goes on.
59, move. Check, 59. Here we go. Mike's 59. Mike's 59. Check 59. Zoom, fellas, let's go. 59. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
So that'll back him up 5.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
The delay of game backs him up 5, first and 15.
Pull it together. Bang, 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 bang. Alpha. 41 Mike, right here. 41 Mike. Yeah, let's get a sack lunch. Mike, ready.
From the gun, Love. Looking for the end zone. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. 25 yards for the touchdown, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Point after, right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first. Rosen now 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10. From the gun, it's Rosen. Going right side here, and that's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. It's a first down following a gain of 3.
First down.
Watch the shot. Check 3. Quarter. Check the 3. 1,
On first down, McGee. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
The Bucs on third down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This will be 3rd and 6.
57 to Mike. So we got man. 57 to Smooth. Pick me up.
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. That is caught. It's Perriman. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. Rosen now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Tight end's right. We got 4. Monday.
Now it's Rosen. They complete it to Hill. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. And they'll run it here. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches. So the field goal unit is on the field, as this is a big spot right here. From the left hash, this from 37. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
It's on field. Go. 41's the mark.
Operating for the gun. Love. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Let's put them on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus. 41, go!
Off play action. Love. He's going to let this one go deep. It's caught inside the 25. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A big play there. 63 yards as they are now just an extra point away from taking the lead here in the final 2 minutes. A very important extra point there, up and good, and they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Bucs take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Throwing now is Rosen. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
And he finds a man on a crossing route. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
That gets them the first down, but they've still got to move quickly here.
First down.
50 seconds to mine. Rip left, rip left.
He's back to throw. Looking for Perriman there. He's got him. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
You have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. It's McGee. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. On 3rd down, McGee. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And it's off the left upright. Oh, my goodness. Heartache. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Man, it is a cruel game sometimes, as evidenced by that kick right there.
Yeah, this game has no remorse at times, does it? I have a feeling that when this left his foot, he thought he'd given his guys the lead. But that ball just kept moving on him. And in the end, you heard the sound, and he's denied by the goalposts.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. They'll keep it on the ground. Christie, and he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
Here we go, here we go. 70 in. And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength. Ready, go.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. Here comes the Lions punter now. On, we think, to punt, though he's faked it earlier, but he was unsuccessful. He'll return it from the 6. 12 yards on the return that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you got a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Rosen to throw. He's got this one complete to Perriman. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Check 53. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Check 3. Check hard. Hey, exit.
Back to throw. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. Ryan Poole that time there to get a hand on it. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they look to throw. That's caught out left by Perriman. A pickup of 27, and they pick up the first down in the process.
27 on the play. First down, Buccaneers.
And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. It's just a preseason game, but this is for the win. And this one is right down Broadway. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So he's able to come through in a hostile environment, and you'd have to imagine that's the game winner.
Yeah, how about that? And the way that this game's gone, you think they really wanted to get to overtime and take their chances there? They wanted to get this thing done. When you're the visitor, you don't want to play into overtime. You want to knock it down, get it done, and go home.